what each of you think about the possibility. I believe that all three of the professional sports teams in Oakland, the Warriors, the A's, and the Raiders, might leave. And what role you think, what you think about that, and what role, if any, public funds should play in trying to retain them.
That's all three?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Lowe, would you care to go
Well,
first?
and she doesn't work for me because I mentioned early on today that I mentioned today that the Warriors, which is the only profitable of the franchises. I mean, we haven't seen their books. The only profitable one is saying that if we're sold to this development group, they're going to move to San Francisco. We live in a state that is the 6th or 7th largest county in the state. We're the 44th largest in the country, but we have the only county that has 3 major sports teams. So this is very important to me and certainly important to our infrastructure. This also gives us an ability to be able to do things we hadn't done before, and that means tourism. I can't think of any other place in the country that has 3 major sports teams all in one facility and they haven't engaged in tourism. The first thing we have to do, and this is at the county level, not at the city level, the county level, they have to be proactive in working with the A's, because the A's have had so many faux pas in terms of, we can't go to San Jose, Fremont's been kind of wishy-washy. The Raiders, and that's kind of a 3 to 5 year deal, and certainly what you're looking at right now is losing the Warriors after we've invested hundreds of millions of dollars in the infrastructure for the Coliseum. We should be looking at saying, what do you need to be a viable franchise here, and let's make sure that we can keep these 3 franchises in the area.
Ms. Chan?
Okay, as you know, the county and city jointly own the facilities for the sports, and actually there are some discussions taking place that are somewhat interesting. One is to build a joint Niners and Raiders football-only stadium where the Coliseum is now, but on the parking lot area. And there's also negotiations taking place right now to look at a baseball-only stadium for the A's down by the port. So I think that the teams, do provide some economic benefit, probably not as much as people think, and pride to this area. I'd like to see them stay, but I don't believe any more public money should be put in to keep these teams here unless the public approves that.
And Ms. Johnson?
Okay, well, I like having the 3 sports teams that we have. I'm kind of a sports fan, but I like college and kids sports a little bit. I've kind of over professional sports in a way because I think that it's inaccessible for many teams are supported and facilities are supported by public funding, and it's too inaccessible to too many people. But on the other hand, there is some economic development benefits to having teams here. I think that if public monies are going to be spent on a facility for any of these teams, first of all, the teams need to show that there's going to be a return to the public. And I agree it should be voted on by the public like it was done in San Francisco. And the other thing is, to really capture that economic development, I've been seeing facilities throughout the country. And the ones that seem to be most successful at helping to revitalize a community or economic development in a community are the ones in downtown. So I think that would be a critical factor in investing in a new facility, would be that it be in a downtown area.